Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Fight Card Boxing. This is a featherweight bout, 8 rounds, between Alexis Arguello and Johnny Dundee. Arguello comes in here 5'10", 72-inch reach. Dundee is 5'4" and a half with a 63-inch reach. Alexis Arguello has the advantage on him on work rate, intensity. Rounds are Dundee. He will not fatigue. Of course, Arguello will fatigue at 6, and endurance, Arguello has him on endurance at 79 and 66. Work rate is going to be a big deal here, as Alexis Arguello is almost 20, well, he is 20 points better. Round 1, Alexis Arguello should win this bout, should win it easily. Here we go. It's going to be Dundee. He's going to fell, so it's going to be a felled work rate roll. And Alexis Arguello on his roll is going to be a work rate roll of 10 points. Subtract 10 down to 56, and he's going to win this round 10-9, 10-9, and 10-9, thanks to the felled work rate roll of Dundee. All right, round 2 underway. Fighting the new featherweights. I asked John if he would put this set together for me, or a set together for me. I can't remember if this is the exact group of boxers. I think it is. Anyway, and shortly thereafter, John sent them to me. So it's so cool that he got these done. Hopefully, people would be interested in featherweights. I think the featherweights are some of the most dominant boxers in history, but they don't draw the big money like heavyweights and middleweights do. All right, we're looking at Alexis. Alexis is going to win his work rate, bang, and he's going to take off another 9 points. He's down to 47. Arguello dominating these first 2 rounds. And we're going to look at a felled work rate roll. Arguello not affected yet, so he's going to win another round 10-9. Again, the featherweights are interesting because they don't have near the work rate qualities of the heavies, middles, etc. So there aren't a whole lot of dominant featherweights as far as work rate, which is going to make for some great bouts. Or I should say bouts that can go up and down, kind of a roller coaster of bouts, unless, of course, you're facing some of the greatest like Alexis Arguello. All right, here we go. Arguello's going to win this with 5. He's going to take off another 9 points. And let's go ahead and check Dundee. Oops, got to roll that one. Dundee's going to fell another work rate roll. And that's good because it would have been a multiplier, and we're going to win that round 10-9. So right now, Alexis Arguello is dominating this with a lot of counter punches, slips. Round 4, it's going to be Dundee, and he is going to get under his work rate roll, and he's going to roll in a multiplier, son of a gun. Multiplier times 2. He's going to get 12 points. So Arguello finally... 79. Arguello is finally going to be affected. 12.67. It took a long time, but Dundee comes alive in round 4. Four, and scores a multiplier. And another 9 points off of down to 29. And again, we got to go to the cards. No, we got a multiplier, so he's going to win this round 10-9. As we don't have to check it as. He got the multiplier there. So Dundee wins round 4, believe it or not. All right, it's going to be a felled work rate roll. That's going to give a bonus in round 5. So we get a felled work rate roll here for Alexis Arguello. So that helps Dundee stay on his feet. And then Dundee's going to fell another work rate roll, giving 7 back to Alexis Arguello. They both fell work rate rolls. Let's go to the judges and see what the judges have to say about it. As neither one of them are very good in that one. 4, that's going to be 10-9 for Arguello. 7 is going to be 10-9 because Dundee has a poor scoring. And again, we're going to see 10-9. So despite failing the work rate roll, both of them failed the work rate roll. That is a dominated fight. Round 6, here we go. This is where Arguello will fatigue. It's going to be Dundee with a felled roll. We're back up to 79. He's going to fell, so he will not be able to beat us. Alexis Arguello is going to score a 1 and a 12, a multiplier. Holy cow, folks. Times 8. I think this fight may be well over. Times 8. Oh, lucky dog. Only 8 points off. 28. But we will win the round 10-9, 10-9, 10-9 as we just flat dominate him. All right, round 7. Arguello now suffers more damage if Dundee can get a mid on him. But right now, Dundee is literally only... He's had one round where he scored, and ironically, he won that round. Oh, it's going to be Arguello with a 5. He's going to take another 9 points off. Looking good, man. Arguello just dominating this 8-round bout, his first featherweight fight. And we're going to be looking at 67, another failed work rate roll. He's going to win this 10-9. Man, this is it. Final round. No damage taken. Arguello literally has had damage taken in the 4th, and then he immediately got it back in 2 failed work rate rolls. Johnny Dundee just getting absolutely handled by Arguello, the masterful boxer. 90, that's a failed work rate roll for Dundee. And that's over. Dundee now is on his feet, though. Arguello can't beat him with a TKO unless I roll a KO. 6 is 8 points off. Look at this, folks. It went the distance. Arguello started with 79 endurance. He ended with 79 endurance. He's going to win this round. Oh, my gosh. And he wins every round, so that's going to be... Judge 1 is going to score it. We only had one round that we lost, so it would be 79 points. Oh, my God. 79, and he lost every round, so he's going to be 79. All but one round. So that would be 80 minus 9, 72, 71. Judge 2, 79, 71. And Judge 3, 79, 71. Holy cow. He had a chance on one of those rolls to steal another point in the fight, but failed to do it. So this will be Arguello. And I'm sure he's not happy. Alexis Arguello. It will be 1-0 with a unanimous Arguello with a UD8 decision. Absolutely brilliant. That's our first featherweight fight in fight card boxing. Alexis Arguello, and again Arguello, and I will be fighting him against every boxer in the set. And I've put them in order of work rate. So work rate would be your best. So for those who don't know, in fight card boxing, the most important rating period is the work rate roll. So you could put all boxers in a ranking just by work rate roll. So this boxer being the single worst, and you saw how he only had one round in which he actually got his work rate roll, and he happened to roll a multiplier on that roll. Had it been a KO, fight might have been ended early, as Dundee might have shocked the world and brought down. But my point is, if you were going to rate boxers, if you were going to value the boxers in fight card boxing, this is the single most important rating, because if they can't get that work rate roll, they can't do damage. Not to mention, you fail the work rate roll, the other boxer gets some of his endurance back. So this is the most important. So I put every single featherweight in order of work rate roll, and so Arguello is just going to march through these guys, and we'll see what happens when he gets up to about, I don't know how many fights this will be. I'm not certain how many are here. 32? Is this 32 boxers? 8 times 4, what is that? 8? 36. So there's 36 boxers here. Of course, Arguello's one of them, so 35. So it'll be fascinating to see what his record is by the time he gets to Nassim Muhammad, who's a 92 work rate, a stud. And then, of course, he's going to run into, along the way, Barry McGuigan, Juan Marquez, and then, of course, Salvador Sanchez, one of the reasons I wanted this set was Salvador Sanchez. I think he's one of the single greatest boxers of all time, pound for pound. And then, of course, coming up here somewhere is Manny Pacquiao. Where's Manny? There's Barrera, Morales. Wow, where's Manny? There he is, Manny Pacquiao, who I still think might be the single greatest boxer of all time. because of what he achieved, dominating bantams, super flyweight. I mean, he literally worked his way up to, I think, middleweight, but dominated every rank on the way to that. However, hard to say. Hard to say. Boxers are so, you know, it's unless you've seen them fight, sometimes it's really tough to say. And there's so many of these old classic boxers that, well, we just don't have footage on, or I haven't seen to know, right? Because just looking at the ratings, I mean, look at Dundee, man. This guy had 150 fights in his career, 1,500 rounds, 83, 31, and 20, right? The dude won 83 fights, lost 31, and had 20 draws, had only 17 KOs. But he's a featherweight, 5'4.5". These guys weren't knocking guys out like heavyweights. Anyway, the first fight, Arguello puts on a clinic, wins this easy 79-71 all the way across the board. And he will start 1-0 in his featherweight career in fight card boxing. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend or week. Bye-bye.